Hi everyone, this is your daily tarot reading for Friday the 9th of March 2018. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. And I really want to say a big thank you to everyone who watches these videos and who subscribes to the channel, because this is what I love to do. And the fact that you guys watch my videos makes it possible for me to really pursue my dream and to live my life purpose. So I want to say a big thank you. I do these daily tarot readings. I also do weekly horoscopes for all signs of the zodiac, monthly horoscopes for each sign of the zodiac, so Sagittarius, Aries, Scorpio, Cancer, Taurus. And I also make special videos on eclipses and new moons and full moons, things like that. So if you're only watching the tarot readings and you weren't aware that I do other videos, check out some of the other videos. There may be something there that's interesting to you. And again, a big thank you for being part of this channel, for subscribing to the channel. I'm ever so grateful. So let's have a look at what the message is for you here today on Friday the 9th. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Then we have the Princess of Swords, and we have the Four of Swords in reverse. So it's all about swords today, okay? Swords is the element of air. It has to do with communication, and it has to do with the way you think. So communication is going to be very forceful today, and it may be somewhat harsh. You may be hearing things that you don't like, and you may also have the desire to tell other people things that irritate you or that you do not like. So get ready for a day of lots of communication. And the best way to use this energy is to, first of all, go into the day and not take everything personally, and to try and see how you can grow from the things that are being communicated to you today. You know, all of us like to grow and develop from a place of love and calm, but often we have to grow through pain and difficulty. The Knight of Swords, this way around, is one of the best depictions of the Knight of Swords that I've ever seen using dozens of different types of tarot decks, because he embodies movement and recklessness and speed, which is what the Knight of Swords is all about. He communicates without thinking. He says things without a filter. If he thinks it, it's left his mouth and it's out there and it's zooming forward. So the Knight of Swords really is not someone who thinks about what he's saying before he actually communicates it. He also doesn't plan things out. He just acts. If he desires it, he goes after it, he flies after it, and it's immediately done. The card is in reverse, so we still have the speed of the Knight of Swords, but we have a lack of movement, in the sense that, yes, he may be communicating things, but are they actually useful? Is there actually a point to it? It may just be negativity for the sake of negativity. I experienced this this morning, actually. I was going to tweet. I usually tweet and put on Facebook my videos and my horoscopes and things like that. But this morning, I was going to tweet about a film that I watched last night. I watched a film that was nominated for an Oscar, Call Me By Your Name. And I watched the film and I was really moved by it, but there were certain things that I didn't like, and I was going to tweet something critical about what I didn't like. And I just looked at the tweet and I thought, what is this actually going to achieve? I'm just putting out negativity. It's not going to change the film. It's not going to encourage the director to make more films. It's just adding negativity to the world. So I deleted the tweets. And I think that's kind of what you have to think about today. Yes, you're communicating and you're moving things forward, but are they actually going to result in you achieving something or creating something positive or helping someone else? And what I get today is that there's a lot of frustration, and that there's a lot of people who are talking about certain things that bother them and expressing things in a way that feels kind of negative, because something isn't working, because they're not progressing. So they're lashing out, they're focusing on other things and they're putting other people down to make themselves feel better. So again, the biggest thing for today is to have a thick skin and not to let everything affect you and totally crush you emotionally. But the other thing to do is to look at the things that you're saying which are possibly critical of others, and the criticisms and the difficult things that you're hearing from other people today, and to see whether those actually have any merit. And rather than take those on an emotional level, see if that other person has a point and if there are things that you can actually improve. Because the next card is the Princess of Swords, and she's learning how to fight for herself. She's coming out of this cloud of smoke, so she's arising out of the negativity that she's enmeshed in. She's got these strange wings, so she doesn't know how to fly freely yet, and she feels like she has to kind of stand up for herself and retaliate and to fight back. You don't need to fight back. What you're learning is how to communicate in a way that is productive, effective, that allows you to stand in your own power, and that elevates you to the next level. The Princess of Swords ultimately becomes the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is eloquent, she's articulate, she's able to make decisions by analyzing information very effectively and making good choices. And what you're doing here is the groundwork. You're looking at other people who say things to you which you think, well, that makes me really angry, or it makes me very happy, or whatever the reaction is. But you say, okay, I can file that away in my drawer of experiences here, and next time something like this happens, I'll be able to deal with it. I won't be thrown by it. So today is really a chance to learn what you value and what you find important, the type of energy that you want to surround yourself with, and the type of energy that you want to express. So if you say something really mean to someone just by mistake, you put your foot in it, you will realize that, oh my God, I regret that terribly. I have terrible remorse for saying that, and that's not the person I am. So even through mistakes, we can learn. If you do something like that, be accountable, apologize for what you've said. If someone else says something to you which is hurtful or painful, see if it does have any merit, and if you can actually implement the changes that they're suggesting. And also look at that other person and see what it is that they're offering, if anything, and whether you want to have that kind of person in your life. So this is a day of growing and understanding that you have a way of thinking and communicating and putting things into practice, and other people may disagree, and you may not be compatible with certain people. And that's part of growing up. That's part of learning about who you are as an individual, and what your beliefs are, and what your values are, and what you stand for. And, you know, if you stand for something and if you believe in something, you're going to infuriate someone else who disagrees and who has different values. So it's okay to disagree and not be everybody's friend. What that actually says is that you've become specialized, and you know yourself, and you know what's important and what isn't. Finally, we've got the Four of Swords, and that's truce. And when it's this way around, it's about resting, and it's about preparing, and it's about getting your thoughts together, having a truce with other people, not being embroiled in conflicts and arguing with people, but being able to enjoy peace and quiet and thinking clearly and learning. That's in reverse. So you're not learning from a place of being on a retreat and having silence and being able to get these loving messages which teach you and educate you. You're on the front lines today. You're talking to people that you disagree with. Other people are talking to you who don't see things the way you see them. There may be dislike, there may be arguments, and it's no truce at all. There's real conflict here today. It's a war of words, and it's through this war of words that you understand more about who you are and what's important, and really what you will tolerate and what you won't, and what information you value and what you don't. So it's a process of elimination. People will show you who they really are today. Believe them, If someone says something hurtful to you, like I said, see if it has merit, and do something with it and put it put it into practice to make your own life better if it has something to offer you. But also, you're going to be saying a lot of stuff, and other people are too. So don't take this personally, and don't end lifelong relationships today, and don't walk out of your marriage today, and don't quit your job today, because there's a lot of negative communication and information floating around, and this isn't really a day to judge and to take things too seriously, because it's just like a case of too much info at the wrong time, in the wrong, delivered in the wrong way. It just, information is difficult today, so it will pass. It's not a day to make big, long life decisions based on what is said today, because everyone's going to struggle a little bit today. So if someone says something really hurtful, give that other person the benefit of the doubt. Wait until tomorrow, revisit it then, and say, do you know what, yesterday you said this to me, I took it a certain way. Is that what you meant, or did you mean something else? Because it really offended me, and I was thinking of ditching you as a friend altogether. So don't react particularly, and try and see how you can improve, and how you can learn, and how you can become more integrated as an individual, and graduate from being the princess to the queen, and knowing yourself more as a result of the things that are being thrown at you, and saying, that is not who I am, that is not what I'm going to put up with, that is not something I represent, and that is not something I would want to be associated with it. So you learn about yourself through a process of elimination today, which comes through your conflict and through your interactions with other people that aren't always going to be pleasant. So wear your elephant skin suit, put that on in the morning, and don't take things to heart today. Really don't, and try and be productive. We've got 2 court cards here. Court cards count as 1 in numerology. So 1 and 1 is 2, and 4 is 6. 6 is a temporary window of opportunity and insight. So you're learning about yourself, you're understanding about other people, and it's a day of personal growth in terms of the way you think and communicate. You may learn today that you have a tendency to be somewhat blunt, or to say things which are hurtful to others. Or you may learn that you're overly sensitive to criticism, or that even constructive criticism you cannot take and you don't like. And just knowing that will help you, because it liberates you in a sense, because next time someone criticizes you, you'll know, this is not something I do very well with, so I'm not even going to put much thought in it. I'm not going to get overly involved, because it's just something that I don't like, and I know that about myself. So I hope you have a great day, despite the somewhat crunchiness of certain words that are going to be exchanged. Ultimately, by the end of the day, you're going to know yourself better than you did at the beginning of the day. So also meditate and communicate with the universe. If you're angry at the universe or the creator, then tell the creator that. Why did you put me in this situation? I'm not grateful. I don't like this. Feel free to express negative things, and see what response you get, and what that teaches you about yourself. We can't all be lovey-dovey, happy, life is a bowl of cherries all the time. Sometimes we learn through these difficulties, and today is one of those days. Have a great day. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.